Welcome to another exciting edition of Smell the Coffee. I am your host, Aina Raizakoyo, alongside Diana Master, and we will be entertaining you for the next 30 minutes. How are you feeling? How was the weekend?
Weekend was good. Weekend was great. It's actually a little chilly today.
Yeah, but today is not that cold compared to other days.
Really? Because I stepped outside and I was like, what is this?
No.
Because I see it's 7 degrees. It says it's 7 degrees. But for some reason, maybe it's because I'm not feeling good. Maybe it's because I'm a little sick and I'm a little under the weather, but it feels colder today. Yeah.
Okay, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. But otherwise?
No, all is well, man. How was your weekend? I saw you uploaded some fire pictures, huh?
As per usual.
As per
Standard
usual.
procedure.
Standard operating procedure.
Yes.
Yes,
No,
ma'am.
man, my weekend was great. I went to the F&B whiskey festival. I was so tired yesterday. I couldn't do
shame.
anything else because, you know, the groove on Saturday was just too much.
Tell
It
me,
was
how
too
is
much.
it going out in this cold weather? I'm not a fan of leaving my
I
blankets.
don't recommend
Ne?
unless you're getting paid.
Unless you're getting
Yeah.
paid. Yeah, not just for vibes. Because
Yeah.
honestly
You
speaking...
can vibe at home.
You can vibe at home with a nice cup of hot chocolate, you know, your nice warm blankets, Netflix playing. Like, I think for me, that's my ideal
Showmax.
weekend. Showmax, Hulu, there's so many platforms out there for you to watch content. I wasn't feeling well this weekend, Saturday. I was out completely. Yesterday was the day I actually got to rest a little bit because I woke up at around 11 a.m. And for me, that was like, oh my gosh. Because I think my body is so used to waking up early now that even on weekends, I wake up at like 6. I'm like, why? And I can't go back to sleep. So that sucks. So when I woke up at 11 a.m. yesterday, I was like, oh my goodness, this feels nice, you know, because my body felt rested. So yeah.
All right, we will be right back with entertaining news after the break. Stay with us.
Starting off our freshly brewed news this morning, a Chinese married woman's web of lies lures 18 love-struck men into giving her $300,000 believing they were to marry. A married fashion model in China who allegedly conned almost 20 men out of more than 2 million yuan, which is approximately $300,000 to fund her luxury lifestyle, has been arrested by Shanghai police. The 29-year-old woman, surnamed Wu, has been romantically involved with numerous men since 2017 and at one point was dating 18 men simultaneously, Shanghai TV reported. Wu pretended to agree to marry the men, even having pre-wedding photos taken with them to convince them that her feelings were genuine. Some of her boyfriends were so enraptured by her act that they started affectionately calling her wife in their online conversations. Once Wu was confident she had the unwitting men on the hook, the request for money began. The reasons she gave for needing money included her father had late-stage cancer and she had to cover his medical costs, or that her brother needed money to buy a flat for his marriage, or her cousin needed bailing out of jail and that she had to pay a tax bill after inheriting property. When some of her boyfriends brought up the subject of registering as a married couple, she came up with various excuses to put them off. Some of the men eventually grew suspicious and asked for their money back, threatening to report her to the police when she refused. Wu then began a Ponzi scheme to keep the men at bay, borrowing money from her newer boyfriends to pay back money to the old ones. Fetch your coin, sis.
I'm sorry, but this is funny. What?
You know, it low-key reminds me of the Tinder swindler because that's what he was doing. He was getting these other women to pay him so that he could fund a lifestyle with
Yeah.
the other women.
Wow.
18 boyfriends.
Okay.
And she's married with a 2-year-old son.
I'm curious to find out what type of offense is this? Under what article is she arrested?
It could probably be fraud.
Okay, maybe
It could
fraud.
probably be fraud. Yeah, I would assume it's fraud.
But
Yeah.
these people willingly gave the money.
Under the pretense that they were in a relationship. And they were
Was
about
it
to
a
get married.
pretense or they were in a relationship? Because if we could be in a relationship, but we are just not getting married, so where is the pretense if we are together?
Okay, so the thing is, because she would go hire these pre-wedding shoots and they would go get these pre-wedding
That took
photos.
me out.
Like, I mean, she was dedicated to her lie, and I appreciate that. If you're gonna lie all the way through. I mean, stick it out. She went, got these pre-wedding photos with these 18 different men,
Sure.
got them to give her money. So the one boyfriend actually found out that, you know what, this girl is a little sus, because she said to him, please pretend to be my brother, so that they could con another man. So basically, one boyfriend was giving her grief and saying, listen, you need to give me back my money, you need to give me back my money. And so she asked her other boyfriend, she's like, please pose as my brother and say that you're sick and you need this money. That's when this guy was like,
It's not giving anymore.
it's not giving anymore. But imagine, you have a 2-year-old son and a
So
husband.
did the men then press charges against her?
Yeah, they pressed
okay.
charges against her. That's why she's been arrested now. And when the police came to her house, her husband was like, I didn't even know that this is what this woman was doing.
So she's the man is living this luxurious life and he does not know what is funding this luxurious life, or is it just a woman? Because if you are married, I'm assuming that if I'm living in luxury, you also, right?
It could just be a thing of, I feel like this woman has a way with words. That's why she was able to con these 18 men for months, because apparently this elaborate scheme started, was it back in 2012 or something? Like, so I think she just naturally has a way with words. So she probably fed her husband some lie of, oh no, I'm an influencer, so all this money
be
is
careful
coming.
about influence.
Be careful, because those influencers, honey.
Honey. All right, now moving over to our next story. Scientists say they have documented the first virgin birth in a crocodile. And while the concept may sound bizarre to humans, this type of reproduction is not unheard of across the animal kingdom, according to researchers. The crocodile in question, named Coquita, had been living alone in Costa Rica zoo called Park Reptilia for 16 years before laying a very special clutch of egg in 2018. One of these eggs was later found to contain a formed crocodile fetus. Despite the fact that Coquita had lived virtually her entire life in isolation, there was almost no chance she had consorted with male crocodiles. It was clear evidence presented for the first time in a paper published in the journal Biology later on the 7th of June that crocodiles are capable of a type of reproduction called parthenogenesis, in which unfertilized eggs can yield offsprings.
Imagine if humans were able to do that. Then men would be obsolete.
Yeah, bo. True.
Because, I mean, I'm sorry, but this science, I don't understand. But I understand that the fetus was stillborn, like it wasn't alive. According to one article that I read, it was saying that the crocodile, like the fetus was actually a stillborn one, so it wasn't alive.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know why that is, but like, huh?
This is
What?
wild. This is the first virgin birth in a crocodile.
In a crocodile.
It's giving Bible story.
It's giving Bible story. Imagine going to your husband and saying to him, I'm pregnant. And he's like, no, you're not. And you're like, I am. And he asks you, how? And you say, I impregnated myself.
Oh, wow.
Because, like, even with the Virgin Mary, that story, imagine
Hence
telling
I
a
said
man.
this is giving Bible story.
Imagine
Like,
telling a man in this day and age that, oh, the Holy Spirit got me pregnant. Imagine that. But it's actually quite interesting.
It's very
I think
interesting.
scientists should get a little more out of this study, see exactly how it happens, why it happens.
And they must also tell us how.
Yeah.
Like in detail, not just what had happened, but how it happened, so that we can also understand fully.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't help that you tell us all of this and you say, no, but we actually don't know how. You're scientists. Please research. I'm not throwing shade.
But they did kind of tell us how.
Because I am genuinely interested. And I wonder if, because I understand it's the first time it's happening in a crocodile. Like it happens in the animal species, but it's the first time that it's happening.
What
in
other
in
animal
a crocodile.
give birth by themselves?
I don't know, but apparently there are some animals that are capable of, you know, basically impregnating themselves.
Yo, wow.
I will come back to you tomorrow with which
The
animals
full list.
actually, yeah. Because when I also read the article, that's what it was saying, that this is the first time it's been identified in crocodiles, but it's not the first time it's been identified in animals.
Clearly, there is a higher being or higher power somewhere. Because all of this.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Yeah, now we move over to our next story, probably, arguably, my favorite story to follow. The Thabo Bester.
I swear this has become the Thabo Bester show.
Saga. Police spokesperson Bradagia Altendo Mate confirmed that a 31-year-old Zimbabwean national has been arrested in Johannesburg yesterday in connection with the Thabo Bester matter. He faces charges of assisting Bester to escape from unlawful custody and joins 9 other people who have so far been arrested in this case. The possibility of police affecting more arrests cannot be ruled out, Mate said. Yeah, it's a chain.
It's a chain and it keeps unfolding.
And it keeps on increasing. Now we are at 9. By December, I'll probably have 15 or 20.
Imagine, like it seems like it's not even, at this point, it's not even nationwide or countrywide. At this point,
it's cross-border.
like continent-wide.
Yes.
Who knows? He probably has affiliates and associates all the way in America, UK, Europe, like, because wow.
No, because you can't pull off an escape from prison
By yourself.
There has
to
My
be many people
only
involved.
wish for you, Thabo, why did you remain in South Africa? You know you escaped from prison, yet you are gallivanting the streets
In
or in the
Woolworths.
country.
You are
in
there
the streets.
shopping in Woolworths.
You're not serious.
Living a lavish lifestyle. Because my thing is, that's always been my beef. You managed to pull off this escape.
Yes,
Why
you pulled
are you
it
still
off so nicely.
So nicely. Why are you still in South Africa? Move, relocate. With the amount of money he had from conning other people and from being a fraudster, he could literally afford a new lifestyle wherever he wanted. Like
in the Caribbean.
In the Caribbean.
In an island
Cayman
somewhere.
Islands.
Yes.
I don't know. You know, go to Jamaica for all I care.
Now you stay in SA, shopping
Even go
at
to
Woolworths.
Mexico. Even go to Mexico.
Now
People
you are
escape
in
to Mexico.
Senten,
Like,
Thabo.
Why did you choose this route?
And now everyone else is gonna fall because one man decided.
And I read an interesting article that said that the women who were Thabo Bester's victims weren't informed about his escape.
Yeah, no, they were not informed until that one woman was so impressed with Nandipa's skin in Woolworths and she took a picture from behind. Yeah, that's how the story broke. So, Bester and Thabo were in Woolworths. Sorry, yes. Bester and Nandipa were in Woolworths shopping.
Yes.
And then, let's say right? I see Nandipa because Nandipa is very famous.
Yeah.
She's well loved on social media, beautiful, aesthetic doctor, influencer type of doctor. So I see Nandipa and I'm in love with her skin because I see her on Instagram. She's always giving other people glows.
So obviously her skin looks better in person.
Yes, so I take a picture from behind to come and show you or to go and send to my other friends to try and convince them that Chomis, we need to go and visit Nandipa to get our glow on.
No,
that's how the story broke.
I thought it broke because someone saw this person that looked like Thabo Bester and took a picture. I didn't know it was actually because of Nandipa. I thought
the story was because of Nandipa. So then when the girl shared the pictures, her friends started, isn't this Thabo? Isn't this Thabo? And then that's how it broke.
No, but guys, if
Yeah.
you're going to commit a crime, move away from the scene of the crime. Why are you still there?
It's so frustrating.
It is so frustrating because how do you manage to pull off such an elaborate scheme and you get caught because of dumb things like going shopping in Woolworths?
Instant.
No, do better. Do better. All right, that brings us to the end of our top stories. Now, after the break, Yolanda Nell talks to Henny Geldenhuys of Synergy about their involvement in the Capricorn Foundation's Food Waste Challenge. Stick around.
Ladies and gentlemen, with me in studio, I have Henny Geldenhuys. He's the Chief Marketing Officer of Synergy. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Yolanda.
So, on everyone's lips is the Capricorn Foundation's second phase of the Food Waste Challenge, and they have announced the top 5, and I have looked through those applicants, and it looks amazing. The winner will be walking away with 100,000 Namibian dollars, but Synergy also came on board. Tell us about what you are offering the winner.
Yes, thank you, Yolanda, and thank you for the opportunity, and welcome to all of our viewers. So, yeah, it's been a long journey where Namibia Media Holdings has been working with the Capricorn Foundation. Last year, when they started this concept, they engaged all media partners to get on board with this concept. And obviously, it's something that we've been reporting on for quite a long time. And NMH didn't think twice to get involved in spreading this wonderful storytelling on food insecurity in Namibia. So when we saw the opportunity, NMH got involved last year. Again, with the success that we've achieved last year through the media, the multimedia platforms, we were telling that story. It was a massive success. And this year, obviously, with a new concept, empowering social entrepreneurs to get involved with this food insecurity program, we then thought that from a Synergy Marketing Pty Limited, there's some value that we can add to these winners that basically will be crowned, I think, on the 7th of July or whenever.
On the 13th of July.
The 13th
yes.
of July. So, yeah, so we had several discussions with the Capricorn Foundation, and Synergy Marketing Pty Limited is a multimedia production agency, buying agency. So, we came on board and said that we would like to contribute towards the prize money, giving them a $50,000 brand refresh, because they are social media enterprises, and we really want to put them on the map with the ideas that they have, the business ventures that they're going to capitalize on. So we'd want to inspire that curiosity through Synergy Marketing Pty Limited by giving them a brand refresh. So that includes from desktop publishing to 3D animations to digital signage, and then obviously a media campaign, putting their campaign and their product that they pitched to these eagles, not to leave anything unsaid, but we want to obviously make that public knowledge and give them that benefit and that awareness.
When we look at the media, it's a very digital age now. We can't look past it. We have to get on board, or our businesses are going to lag behind. Why is this important brand refresh for Namibian local companies?
Yeah. I think more and more small and medium enterprises needs to encourage that visualization of their corporate identity. And in the new era that we find ourselves with this new media platforms, it gives us the opportunity to color in their corporate identity a little bit more. So that puts us obviously in a very favorable position. We've got the capacity and definitely the capability to encourage that inspiration when it comes to these brands. So putting those clients on the map will basically put them on top of their competition. So again, with this project, those small and medium enterprises basically need that boost. And with media, like you said, it's a very digital scenario that we face ourselves in. But again, whatever we do in print complements what we do digitally, and whatever we do digitally complements what we do in print. And it's the same for radio and TV. So very excited to be able to venture into these opportunities and then use that multimedia platforms we have at our disposal to basically give those people an edge.
When we look at last year's competition, it was open innovation. Capricorn Foundation was only looking at ideas, and they received over 100 entries last year. And this year they were more focused on businesses that's already started, that's already trying to make a difference when it comes to food waste, living greener. And it's amazing to see that 152 companies already exist, most from Namibia. And it's wonderful from NMH's side and from Synergy's side to be able to give back to those community members and to give them a boost in terms of their businesses.
Yes, I think Capricorn's taken the lead by being that leader in positive change. And the more storytelling that NMH can do from their side, and also motivating other media institutes to get involved, the better for this food insecurity problem we do face in Namibia, and more importantly Africa. So Namibia can lead by example by putting these smaller entities on the map, giving them that brand exposure, and really putting them again on the map so that other investors can see what they are doing, and then from a corporate social responsibility really take up those challenges, because there's people out there that's got the passion for food insecurity. They really want to be a change for the positive. But unfortunately, in this economic times, they need investors to be able to sustain their business model. Otherwise, it just becomes another talk show. So the Capricorn Foundation has really taken the initiative to put down that 100,000 to assist these enterprises in what they are doing. And hopefully, through those platforms that we are assisting them with, more investors, more entrepreneurs can get involved into really pinpointing down the problem and really making a change financially so that it can have a sustainable future.
I work a lot with the Capricorn Foundation behind the scenes, so I have a lot of information. I won't talk too much about the top 5 because we will have a platform for those later on, but I'm glad that the top 5 comes from Namibia. The competition is open worldwide if they have a positive impact to Namibians and create employment and stuff like that. But when I looked at the top 5 proposals that were chosen, it's fascinating to see. It's people from Upuvu, from the south, from the capital, from the coast. And it's great to see people are already thinking about this. And I mean, there's technological advancements in the top 5, and there's people planting in the north. And it's fascinating to see there's such a wide gap of what we can do in this food waste space in Namibia. So I'm very excited to see the pitches taking place on the 22nd of June.
Yeah, I mean, from us in Namibia, I mean, charity starts at home, and Namibia being home, but more importantly, the communities. People that's making these positive changes in their communities, like you've mentioned, the Opuvus, etc. It's really testimony that that's where the real problem lies. So us sitting here in the city really needs to reach out to those communities, and again through partnerships like the Capricorn Foundation, media institutes, especially NMH, and then obviously us with Synergy. It's a small step in the right direction, but a big gain in the right direction.
Henny, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back shortly.
Well, they say all good things must come to an end, and unfortunately we've reached the end of our show. We thank you so much for spending your morning with us, Diana Master and Aina Raiza Kweyo, and we do hope you have yourselves a lovely week ahead. From us here in studio, it's all our love, all our light, and adios.